Hey guys, it's Beth. Today I'll be using this reversible sign from Dollar Tree as well as some of their stencils and scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. I used ivory chalk paint by Waverly and covered the sign. I did 2 coats. The first coat I just spread all the paint along, and then on the second coat I went with a sponge and dabbed it. It just gives better coverage and it prevents any streak marks from the paint. Once it was completely dry, I took the scrapbook paper again, which was from Hobby Lobby, traced both sides of the sign and cut those pieces out. And I just want the scrapbook paper to be a border on the sign. So I took this piece of plank wood, put it on the back of the scrapbook paper, getting it as centered as possible, traced that out on both pieces, and then cut that out. And I won't be covering the entire thing in Mod Podge, so what I did was just took the scrapbook paper and flipped it over on some parchment paper and applied the Mod Podge directly to the back of the paper. I then placed it down on the sign and smoothed it out with my hands and used my heating tool to dry it. If you don't have a heating tool, a hairdryer works just as well. Once I had both sides covered in the scrapbook paper, I went around with my micro sanding tool and sanded off any excess scrapbook paper. I then added an outer layer of Mod Podge on the scrapbook paper on both sides and dried that completely. And then I'll be using Imperial Red chalk paint by DecoArt on my stencils. The stencil I got from Dollar Tree. The letters are about 3/4 of an inch. And I'll be spelling out naughty on one side and nice on the other. I just used some small painter's tape to get a straight line and went in with a small stencil brush and very minimal paint and stenciled on each letter at a time, drying it before I moved on. After I had all my letters on there and they were dry, I went in with a very small paintbrush and filled in any gaps left by the stencil. Next, I'm taking Snow Tex and a small paintbrush and just adding some Snow Tex around the inside edge of that scrapbook paper. Next, I'm taking Glamor Dust by DecoArt and applying that directly to the Snow Tex. And to do the opposite side so I don't mess up any of that Snow Tex, I just put it down on some pieces of plank wood to lift it in the air to complete the other side. And then the last thing I do is put it back on the stand. That's it for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching.